Okay.
Alst, you're up.
So what Alice is going to do is basically dash towards Igneous. Using Igneous, he's just going to kind of grab him by the shoulders and throw himself up. While he's in the air, grab out his ice sword and just pummel it into the forehead of the fire giant.
Yes.
Like mid-air, bang, forehead.
Alright, give me an acrobatics check.
Oh!
Roll to hit, and then with a crit, I'm going to give you advantage.
What?
So, Igneous, you feel pressure on your calf, first of all, but not very much pressure, just like the faintest amount on your right calf, and then a little bit on your left shoulder blade, and then a lot on your right shoulder. And then you just see over your head this pirouetting elven figure just doing a sick Mick twist, and he just like drives his blade into the forehead of this fire giant, critically hitting him. And just as the blade pierces the forehead, there's kind of ice and like cold just ripples across the fire giant.
Beautiful.
And he takes a lot of damage. So you like drive the blade in, and then as your feet are in his chest, and your sword is in his head, and he like swipes at you as you just kind of deftly do that little pirouette jumping back twist move.
So good.
And flip back over him. Igneous, you're up.
So this is what's going to happen. So I've got 3 attacks with my action surge, and I'm going to spend all of those with as many inspiration points as I can throw at them using my ogre intestines. So I'm going to start with a small intestine first, and I'm just going to whip that up towards the face of the fire giant. I'm just going to shout, "Magic!"
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I thought this was going to be so good.
Effective weapon than using the sword and shield.
Oh, get your sword. What are you
No.
doing?
Igneous.
Roll a d20 plus your I'm going to assume you're proficient with intestines.
Oh yeah.
Plus your proficiency plus strength.
Oh,
it's a
nice
19.
roll.
Were you using your inspiration?
Correct.
Okay, so roll again.
Don't you critical on a 19?
Yeah, I do crit on a 19.
So I thought.
Double crit!
You also crit on the 20. So your first hit is successful.
Nice.
And you can double your damage. The damage for
Interesting.
an intestine
Okay.
is going to be a 1d4 halved.
The end of the intestine is a whole pile of ash, which Igneous collected from the room that we slept in, and a necklace of hobgoblin fingers obscure the fire giant's vision.
Okay. I think with that roll you can do that. He is partially blinded.
Igneous, just energized by his success, is going to whip out his large intestine.
Oh,
And he's just going to repeat the process and whip that up into the fire giant's face. It doesn't travel through the air as one might expect, almost as if in the end of the intestine is something heavy.
what have you done?
Oh no.
18 is a hit.
Oh,
So as that hits the fire giant in the face, the end of the intestine sort of rips, and inside it was an iron ingot, which Igneous had taken from the warehouse in the top part of Ironslag as they entered.
Oh wow.
So he's crafting his own magic, but he knows what's up.
this guy.
So Igneous, after slapping this fire giant silly with these 2 intestines, goes and renews his vigor.
Okay, so we're gonna go another 2 attacks with the large intestine, but since the end of the intestine broke as it impacted in his face, he's just gonna throw it up in the air and catch the ragged end of his intestine, and then whip it up with like a backhand into his face again.
Okay. So the iron ingot has been loosed, or is it still in there?
The iron ingot is gone.
Oh, it's a 17.
A 17, unfortunately, is not a hit.
Oh.
Pull out your sword.
As it flicks past the giant's head, he's just gonna like whip his wrist back to pull the intestine back towards his face again.
But
Oh no! That's a crit.
That's a crit.
This end of the ogre intestine is a short sword taken from the room where we stayed the night. Through the base of the large intestine, there's been a rope made of the slave clothes found in the footlockers. Igneous was abandoned as they were hunting down Wolf, and you guys were
That's right.
the treasure chest.
So as you rip the large intestine back, you just send that short sword out using your the intestine almost like some sort of strange nunchuck. As it rips back and just flicks this giant across the face in a totally unexpected manner, and critically strikes a scar, a long scar across his cheek.
No.
Igneous, can you please roll a strength save for me?
Oh my god.
Igneous
What
is-
is
oh my
happening?
So the giant reaches out with his two enormous hands and wraps them around your chest plate, brings you up in front of him, and just begins to squeeze. And as he does, you just like instinctively wrap in and just flex outwards.
Oh, nice.
And his hands fly backwards.
Igneous wasn't quite ready for that brutal attack, so he's just going to instinctively just kick him in the face and try and kick for the sword which has been embedded in his forehead.
As Igneous falls, he reaches up with the most acrobatic kick you've ever seen and just plunges ice further into this fire giant's skull.
Yes.
And does a little flip and then falls gracefully.
Oh,
That has to be the best giant fight we've had in
Easily.
like, ages.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Easily.
Two of us.
This fire giant is toast.
All right, Igneous, high five.
man.
Yeah.